What does the body need to support the liver to cope with this toxic metabolite? It needs antioxidants. And antioxidants, they basically mop up the free radicals, these free radicals. So what are the most potent antioxidants? Beta-carotene. Beta-carotene is found in all your orange and your green coloured vegetables. Have you noticed that every juice we give you is either green or orange or red? So we're supplying high beta-carotenes to you. Also, probably the most famous antioxidant is vitamin C. Vitamin C is not ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid, I think it's Dr. Robert Thompson in his book The Calcium Lie, he explains this. Ascorbic acid is just the envelope. Have you ever got an envelope in the mail with nothing in it? In other words, useless. But when you buy vitamin C, make sure it has bioflavonoids with it. That's how you find it in nature. That's called the whole C. Also vitamin E. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble vitamin. So you're getting your vitamin E in your protein drinks. So in your protein drinks, I think we either make it with either organic soy or almond milk and put a little bit of coconut milk in there with your pea protein powder. So you're getting your vitamin E there. Can you see that we are nutritionally supporting your liver to effectively detoxify you? I'm going to put this sideways because they are not antioxidants, but your liver needs them at this stage, and that is your minerals. And your minerals are in everything, especially that broth at night. Also your juices with your organic fruits and vegetables, and that little bit of Celtic salt that you're having before every glass of water. And vitamin B. Now, Deborah, I think it was you asked me last night, why is my urine bright yellow? I said, it's the B vitamins. You're not losing your B vitamins, it's just the reaction that it has in the body.
The liver is often described as the body's chemical factory, and with good reason. Every sip of water, every bite of food, every breath of polluted air, and every medication we take passes through this organ for processing. It filters toxins, produces bile for digestion, manages cholesterol, regulates blood sugar, and stores essential nutrients. It is one of the few organs that can regenerate itself. But this incredible ability does not mean it is indestructible. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes that because the liver performs such critical functions, it must be treated with respect and care. If neglected, the consequences can manifest in silent but devastating conditions, such as fatty liver disease, cirrhosis, or even liver cancer. Barbara explains that one of the simplest yet most effective ways to protect the liver is to ensure a diet rich in natural antioxidants. These substances are found abundantly in colorful fruits and vegetables such as berries, leafy greens, citrus fruits, and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cabbage. Herbs and spices like turmeric, ginger, and garlic also provide powerful protective effects. Antioxidants like vitamin C, vitamin E, selenium, and plant compounds such as flavonoids work together to reduce inflammation, prevent oxidative stress, and support the liver's ability to neutralize toxins. Barbara highlights that antioxidants essentially lighten the liver's load, allowing it to perform its many other roles more effectively.
So within 36 hours, phase 2 kicks in. What does phase 2 need? So phase 2 needs protein. Now this explains why yesterday, on Monday, we gave you 2 protein drinks. So you had 5 juices yesterday. So Monday, 5 juices. Your 8 o'clock one was green barley, 10 was the protein, 12 was green barley, 2 was protein, and your 4 was green barley, because yesterday your requirements for antioxidants exceeded your liver's requirements for protein. But notice today, well, today's only just started, you'll be having your 5 juices again, but the 8, 12, and 4, you'll be given protein. Whereas the 10 and the 2, that's where you'll get your green barley. You still need those antioxidants, and we certainly are still supplying them, but because you've gone into phase 2, your protein or amino acid requirement is greater. So the protein that we use is a pea protein. It's been pre-digested. One lady said, "Who digested it?" It's an enzyme action, like taking milk to yogurt. That initial breakdown has begun. We wanted to bypass digestion because we want your body to remain in the detox. So today is probably, if you're going to have any reactions, it will be today. Yeah. But what we have found, that since we've been implementing the protein, we don't get many adverse reactions happen at all. Now, if someone comes to our program, and it has happened in past times, who is a painter or a hairdresser or a cleaner, they've had big exposure to chemicals, we give them protein every single juice. And we had a Vietnam veteran do our program. He told me that most of his friends were dead, half of them were suicide, and half of them were cancer because of the chemicals. I think the Vietnam War was the first war where they used chemical warfare. And his doctor had said to him, "Don't lose weight." Why did the doctor say that? Because the doctor knew that his fat stores were full of fat-soluble toxins. So we gave him protein every juice. Remember what the protein does? It mops up those toxic metabolites.
But nutrition is not the only factor in liver care. Barbara O'Neill teaches that lifestyle choices make a profound difference. Drinking enough water is one of the simplest yet most overlooked practices. Water helps flush out waste products and keeps bile production smooth, which is crucial for fat digestion and detoxification. Reducing refined sugars, avoiding excessive alcohol, and limiting processed foods are also key strategies. She stresses that when we consume large amounts of refined carbohydrates and unhealthy fats, the liver is forced to store more fat, leading to fatty liver disease and insulin resistance. By contrast, whole foods, fiber-rich meals, and plant-based nutrients give the liver breathing space to recover and function efficiently. Regular movement is another important part of her advice. Exercise helps regulate blood sugar, improves circulation, and reduces fat accumulation in the liver. Stress management also plays a role because high stress hormones can affect how the liver processes glucose and fats. Sleep, often underestimated, allows the liver time to regenerate and perform essential overnight detoxification tasks. Barbara reminds us that health is not built in a single day, but through consistent choices that protect and strengthen vital organs like the liver.